Yo, what's going on, guys? And welcome to the power rankings for the week 5 of the Victory Draft League. Today, I've got a hell of a lot of people with me. Uh, I've got regulars Ted and Goomer, say hi.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
And then this week, we've got two guests with us. We've got the coach of the Ninja Squirtles, Casey, and the coach of the Atlanta Talonflames, Joe. Say what's up, guys.
Hello.
Yo, what's going on, folks?
So, as always, we're going to start with the results from last week. And the first match on the list is actually yours, Casey. The Ninja Squirtles 2-0 win over the Pukus. So, not a lot of shock there, I don't think. But do you want to talk us through the match?
Yeah, a lot of it was based on Cortana and Galarian Articuno because they had, I think, two stereotypes, and it was Sylveon and Brimstone. So it was just Cortana just dominated the matchup. And then, yeah, like their draft there wasn't like one hard hitter that was like I was super worried about because there was really nothing that could really hit me down that hard.
Yeah. I think that is the thing with Puku's draft. Not a lot of heavy hitters at all. But yeah, Cortana looks like it did work game 1. 3 kills.
So, yeah,
Whilst we're on your match, just talk about your season so far. So are you now 4-1?
yeah, I believe so.
Where was your one loss?
I think it was against Kudela, I think week 2 or no, week 3 against the Manitans.
The Manitans Taco. Okay,
Yeah. I
interesting.
never prepped for that week because I was busy, and then I made that place.
So how you feeling? You feeling confident about playoffs?
I think so, yeah. I don't prep by myself. I usually have my friends prep for me, and then I go into the match. Uh, Usually that's how that goes within my front office because they've been with me for forever. So yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean
Depending
playoffs.
for the division, I want the bye week 1. I do not want to go into the week 1 playoff matchup. I don't.
You're with the same division as me and Ted, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I have you next week, and they're telling me to burn Regirock. So
Okay. Lumberry Regirock coming in.
they're telling me that Regirock's the biggest hitter, and then that Charizard probably doesn't have the best matchup against it. So.
Well, very useful information for me. Thank you very much. I'm not sure it matters much, but yeah. I mean, I think there's a scenario this week where 4 of us can be on 4-2.
Oh damn, oh yeah, it's true, huh? Yeah, because if I lose
Yeah,
one, yeah, it's
yeah,
true, huh?
that's a really
Yeah,
good possibility.
yeah,
So that would open it up big time. But
yeah.
anyway, the next result was actually my match, the Ice Cubes versus the Kingdras, which I managed to win after game 1 going very badly. Taking a big crit game 1, just straight up losing 4-0. Managed to put it back to win the set 2-1. I don't really have much to say. Excavalier was a big problem. Yeah, I don't really know what to say, to be honest. It just sounds like bragging if I talk about it. As far as my playoff hopes go, though, I need to win out. I think here, 3 more games. But I've got a lot of tough fixtures, so not overly confident.
I feel like your division has like like the most potential for somebody to make wild card too. Because it's not. I know like the site says it's like 1 from each division, but it's actually just top 4 record or you know
Yeah,
top 4.
so you could have 2 from one division, really, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. And so yeah, with the potential to have like 4-4-2 teams, I mean,
Yeah, I
I think there's a
mean,
good chance that
like in your
one or maybe
division,
even 2 of you. Yeah.
that seems unlikely when someone's winning out like you are. But then in a division where there's like 4 people on the same record, very could well happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next match is yours, Ted, versus the P Dubs.
My match.
Much to say about it?
This match was very interesting. I was really scared of that stack attacker, so I required the assistance of the lovely MTV. Shout out to him for helping me prep for this game. Helped me a lot. Bringing that offensive Machamp to the game was really crucial. Um, I took the game one loss to a crit on the Colossals. Very unfortunate, but managed to come back in the last few matches with Clawitzer as my MVP, doing over 50% to Tapu Koko in game 3, and that basically sealed the deal, winning tier 1.
Nice work.
Yeah.
So you're in the same position as me as far as your record goes. How confident are you about playoffs?
I think I can make it. I have the Melmetal's next, which is pretty winnable. Then after that, I believe I have the Kingdras, which could also be winnable. And then I'm up against Joe, week 8. I think that's going to be the most crucial match for me, to either take the win or take the loss, and I'll be either 6-2, or 5-3. So it just all comes down to that last game.
Interesting. So you don't have to play Casey at all in our division.
I played in week 1.
Oh yeah, of course you did.
I played in week 1.
The Guzzlord.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that one though.
Guzzlord dominated that matchup.
Yes. So the next result is Taco versus Shady Kid. Manitans results, and Taco took that 2-1. He hasn't posted this one yet, right? Am I wrong there?
I believe so. I didn't see it on the YouTube channel thing.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
It looks like he lost game 1. Dragalgi picking up 3 kills for Shady Kid, and then games 2 and 3 Taco won. Seems to be the trend. Me, Ted, and Taco all winning in that fashion this week.
That's tough.
Losing game 1.
Yeah, that's tough coming back on a game. Oh, no, he did post it. Yeah, week 5.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, I watched that one. I'm trying to think what happened, though.
Golurk. It looks as if Golurk was his main form of offense.
I think the Dragalgi was weakness policy, and he didn't know that or something like that.
So he activated that game 1, yeah.
I think that's what happened, if I recall. And then Lurk did work for him, I remember he was saying. So
good stuff. What's his record now? Is he 2-3 or 3-2? He's 3-2 as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's 3-2. I think he's on a 2-game win streak.
All right, this is a big game. This was the Welsh Wailords versus the Seattle Seadras, and Matrix and his Wailords taking their first L of the season, so they're now 4-1. Seadras are just so hard to prepare for. I was working with Matrix, helping him prep for this game, and it's just tough. I don't know what else to say, really. I know he was pretty bummed about the loss. I think there was a crit game 1. He did post it, yeah, but I'm not sure if he made it public or not, actually. No, I'm pretty sure he posted it in the channel.
He probably did. I would have to rewatch all these anyways. Wait. Oh, I never finished that one. I don't think. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to go back and finish that one.
Yeah, it's just Moltres.
In the draft, dude, they took Galarian Moltres 1 pick before I was about to take it, and then they grabbing it. So
It's just Moltres and Comfey.
yeah, those two. Because that was my original plan. Was good with those two, and then they were taken. Then Metagross was taken like a few picks later.
Well, since I was down with Gurt at like the last of the draft, like we basically get double picks, and I almost went Moltres Comfey, but I was like, it's like a meta thing. I was like, I want to try different stuff in draft.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to prepare for. As Regieleki as well, like, you can see he took Darmanitan, the Seadras, knowing that the Ice lead has been quite strong for Matrix. Which also would work well against Moltres, but then Regieleki ruins that as well by just coming in and being faster than Arctobish even in the hill.
Yeah, I think Regieleki, he might have even scarfed it, to be honest. This is what base 200 speed.
Yeah. But yeah. So it's first L of the season, which is tough, definitely tough. I'm sure we'll bounce back. Right, so the next fixture. Staraptors versus Sylvalis, which MCB managed to pick up 2-0. I haven't watched this one. I've not had time to watch a lot of the games this week. It looked like a pretty comprehensive win, though. Did anybody see it? Ted, I know you work with MTB.
Yeah, I watched it, and MTB talked about it to me a little bit beforehand, his prep, and a little bit after the game. I think. Let me see. Yeah, it was mostly the
Zapdos.
Zapdos and Tapu Fini that's mostly put in the work for him this game.
He brought Cinesorch game 2 and it got 2 kills.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's MTB still trucking along. He's only taken 1 L since adopting the team, right? I think
Yeah, I
he's
believe so.
3-2, but then he wasn't here for that first game. Saki versus Lucian, the T-Star Sources versus Rebellion. Saki took it 2-0. I did watch this one. Knocked out doing the work game 1.
I helped him prep with that one. I think that was funny.
I think it's good though, because you think it's probably going to be like Venusaur, Sun stuff, and Noctowl just matches up pretty well with that.
Yeah, I mean, Noctowl gets insomnia, so he didn't have to like
Worry about
even
sleep
if he
powder.
went to, like,
Yeah.
8, right? That was a big worry. If I know.
Yeah, and it gets Heat Wave.
I'm just surprised
Yeah.
Lucian didn't take like a Torkoal or something like that to pair off with that Venusaur.
I didn't think he got
Oh,
a chance.
so-
Torkoal went like
Oh,
early.
Okay.
Venusaur was a trade for him, I think, mid-season.
Oh yeah, he didn't even draft Venusaur, yeah.
Okay.
And Ninetales is on the table, but it's a tier 1, and so I don't think he's. Although
He's got Sunny Day Klefki.
like Dragonite,
Yeah.
that's his weather setter.
And then Dracozolt game 2 just went a bit crazy, picking up 4 kills.
It's
Solutions
a one-shot.
now negative, which I'm sure he's very unhappy about. He's confident his losing streak is going to end this week. He's got you, hasn't he, Casey?
Yeah. He has to prep for Trick Room, so I don't know how he's gonna deal with the Guzzlord.
Oh god.
Because
gonna be
as
very
I was
scary.
that was what I was thinking is like he has no way of stopping Trick Room because he has no taunt users on his team whatsoever. So if I lead
Max
Black
Star.
Ops,
You know this is going to be going up before you play.
yeah, I know.
Don't give away too
It
much.
doesn't. I shouldn't worry about it because he has what? We're probably at 7, so he has 5 hours to prep from here. So it's not like I don't think he was active on the Discord.
Alright, okay. Fair enough.
I'll tell him to run Max Starfall Klefki. Super offensive.
He can. I mean, I didn't bring my first round draft pick for the first time, so I'm not bringing Valerian Articuno for the first time.
Yeah, sometimes that's good. I didn't bring Garchomp one match. I forget which one, but just because like it throws people off sometimes.
Because I usually run it with the Sash, but like since he has Earthshift Rabbit Strike and it out-tease me, like it doesn't do anything. Surging Strike's gonna knock it out. Like there's no point.
Yep. So the next fixture was the Slowbros and Fusion Fishes, and the Slowbros picked up that 2-0. This game didn't get posted, obviously neither of them are content creators, so couldn't see it. But looks as if Rhyperior put in the work this week. I mean, I've got the Fishes this week, so I like to see what they were doing. I'm not worried.
Cool how there's other 2 like Hail teams, because there's not many Hail abusers, but
Whose dog is popping off?
Sorry, that's mine. Sorry, that's mine.
Don't worry about it, Joe.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Been awfully quiet, Joe.
It's a puppy. What do you guys? It's a baby German.
Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It happens all this. Happens before in like other videos I've edited.
Right. Next fixture is Womble and his set of Steelers versus the Iron Bastion Melmetals. And Womble has turned his season right around. After going 0-2, pretty much giving up hope.
Yeah, I haven't given up on him yet. He's really close to us, and as the commissioner, he deserves getting to playoffs at least. So getting this win is really crucial for him.
Yeah, so now he's
And
3-2
what I think.
on a 3-win streak.
when did he? I wonder when he traded for that Latias, because it seems like he brings it a lot now, and it's doing well for him.
I think it was like
I
early,
think
like week
I think it was
6 or
after week 4, I believe.
Yeah.
Was he only used it once? This is week 5.
Once. swore he traded for it earlier, but maybe not.
Yeah,
I
that's
could
what
be
I
wrong.
thought too.
He may have. I just don't remember. But
I'll check the team. Let's see. Traded for it. He said it active from December 28th. I guess like 2 weeks ago. So maybe he's out for week 4 and 5.
But it's pretty funny. I think he's now top of their division after being bottom.
Yeah, that's a big turnaround, and that division's super tight as well. So
Next up is your match, Groomer. Bashers versus Komalas. And you picked up a clean 2-0 win.
yeah, it didn't. I felt like I maybe brought Hans as a good matchup, but I don't know. I didn't feel like I played super well. I definitely could have. I know they messaged me after the game because I think they had like a guaranteed win condition game 2, and I think they didn't take it or something like that. So I guess I got kind of lucky. But yeah, it was a tough matchup. You know, it was Gumi's old team, and obviously I've never played against or I've never gotten to see Orange Soda play because they just took over his team, so I really didn't know what to expect. They played well, and yeah, I mean they're definitely still a contender for top of the division.
Yeah, I mean, I know Orange Soda, Cal. I know he's a good VGC player. It's pretty tough coming in on a team that you didn't build yourself, but
Right.
did the best he could, and I guess he'll get a grip to the team a bit more, and he's got a good cushion of 4 wins under his belt before even taking over the team to try and still make playoffs. So I mean, at worst, he can go 4-4, which is still like maybe a playoffs team. But yeah, see how he gets on in the rest of the season. And that's that team's first loss. So you're now the only undefeated team.
Keep it that way.
Keeping it that way?
I mean, we'll see. I had to face AC week 8, so.
Oh, that might be a big game. That the difference between the taking the seed.
I mean, I want the division, so I want a bye week. I don't want us to go into week 1 playing a playoff.
you're gonna have to fight it with me, Casey. I want that bye week. I want it.
I just want to make playoffs. Y'all are greedy.
So
Y'all are just greedy. So
Ted's like, I want to win, and I want to get 4 kills with Licky Licky.
that's the ideal situation right here,
So the next fixture was Tyler and the Somerville Scraggies versus Kudela and the Texas Toad Frogs, which the Scraggies took 2-0 with a big performance from his new signing Doublade. Did everyone watch this one?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. Thought it was a good game.
I love Doughblade too. I thought they had a great strategy for going in just and bringing sand every week and just totally mix it up. I love that.
I mean, Doublade matches up so well versus a lot of Kudela's team, except for Crook, which obviously he brought game 2, you can see. But yeah, Doublade nice. So Scraggies are also in the 3-2 club. And the last fixture then of the week was Joe versus White Rabbit. And Joe, what happened?
How do I put it delicately with this game? I did not know what Spectrier could do. I really did not know what it could do, and it ended up costing me. It really did. I mean,
nukes, doesn't it?
yeah. I mean, what I had learned in it was, I mean, he also. Now I'm not gonna say this as well. Try to
take away from his win. Yeah.
Yeah. He did get a critical hit with Rapidash on high horsepower that I would have survived, and then I probably would have had a shot at knocking out his Rapidash, and after that, it was just it was just gone after that. But I mean, I'm not saying like it was a you know, like I'm not trying to take away from Rabbit's win. Like that was a great game. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. I was just grateful that I gave him, you know, a good matchup. That's all I cared about, was making sure that he got a good matchup, and I was able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the Rapidash crit must have been game 2 because he didn't bring it game 1. So I was thinking, like, looking at this matchup last week when we were talking about predictions, and I just thought Spectria, like, your main threat, PZ, can't really hit it. I don't know if you brought Dark Pulse or not.
I didn't have Dark Pulse. I mean, I had Shadow Ball.
All right, that's the same.
On Porygon Z, and I still got to put. I actually still got to put the battle up and everything, which I'll probably do probably tomorrow or something like that. I'll have it scheduled for. I mean, at the time of this recording or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it was a good matchup. I mean, he did have Salk too, and Salk was really good with the choice band and everything. If I would have brought Chandelure, it probably would have helped out a little bit more against him in game 2, because once he used close combat, it was just GG's.
Mm. And Wheezing too, being able to dampen Regidrago's powers, Porygon Z's powers, with adaptability being gone as well. Just a nice bring. So that is all the fixtures from week 5. You're not going to be able to see this unless I can send you it now quickly. Hold up. The PR image.
Just screen share it. I can just we can just do that way instead. You want to do that instead?
Share my screen. There we go. Is that working?
Yep, it's on there.
All right, so here's the PR for this week. Things to note. There's a lot of teams that are 3-2 now. So numbers 24 and 23 are still our winless teams 5 weeks in. They got 3 more weeks to try and pick up a win. But we have the Pukus and the Melmetals. And then I think it's from 22 through 19 is our 1 and 4 sides. So we've got the Breaking Salts at 22, the Middle Village P-Dubs at 21, the London Sylvalleys at 20. Something else to note is Sylvalley's only win is against the number 2 ranked side, the Seadras. That's such a crucial upset that might be important near the end of the season. Then number 19, the Texas Toad Frogs. Number 18, Fusion Vicious. Number 17, Rebellion. Number 16, we got Joe's team, the Atlanta Talonflames. Just down, I think, maybe 1 or 2 places after taking a loss this week. Then White Rabbit's Luxrays up a couple of places for their win at number 15. I've got the Warrior symbol here because the Kingdras haven't sent us a new logo yet. But that is the Kingdras there at number 14. Myself at number 13, up after winning this week. Star Raptors at 12. T-Star Sources at 11. Celesteelers at number 10. Scraggies at number 9. Yeah, we're still in the 3-2 territory here. Number 8 is the Manitans. Number 7 is Ted. Is this a new high for you?
Yeah, the new high for the season. I never expected to be this high anyways.
So here's your peak at number 7. Pacific Sliver is number 6. And then we go into the 4-1 territory with what was Gumi's Roll Gold Pretzels is now the Cardiff Kamalas at number 5. Still no logo for them yet. So Matrix and the Welsh Wailords drop in a place after taking their first L of the season. Their first time out of the top 3, which really was just a tied number 1 to begin with anyway. So now they're at number 4. KC, you're up to number 3, the Ninja Squirrels. Alright, very happy about that. And then number 2, the Seattle Seadras. And then Goomer still the immovable object.
Still at number 1.
It's the Boltund for you.
The Boltunds. So that's the PR for this week. Now let's move on to the fixtures for next week and a few predictions. Has the prediction channel gone up yet?
I don't.
Yes,
I don't
they
think-
have.
Oh, it has? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have a quick look. Am I still screen sharing? I am.
Yeah, you are.
You can just keep it up if you want.
Yeah, I might as well. What's the point? Let's just look at it and see who we think's going to win. Right. So, first fixture, Kentucky Kingdras and Pacific Slowbros. I think this is a very good matchup. They're both 3-2. Anyone got any specific thoughts about this matchup? Well, I just played the
Kingdras and Slowbros. Let me pull up both those teams real quick because I got the site up and everything. So we got Slowbros and we got Kentucky.
I better get it up. Why did I just click tier list? That's not what I meant. Ted or Goomer, can you just have the fixture list there ready for me to just call out the fixture to me and I'll pull up the matchups?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so at first glance, what I can see is we've got
Oh god.
we have got a very, very strong team in Otto's squad, and that's actually because he's got the Venu Colt. He's got Chlorophyll Venusaur, and he's got Drought on Torkoal. You can even use I think Torkoal gets I think it gets Bulldoze, if I'm not saying it gets either Bulldoze or Scorching Sands. You could do that on Rhyperior, set up with Solid Rock and get Weakness Policy, but that's also a risk if it's Scorching Sands. I mean, he's even got Chinchino, which is really fast. It can hit hard. Beartick is there. I'm not really sure he would go with a Rain, but that could be something. Do a Swift Swim on Beartick, just to really catch Scoop off guard. But on the other side, I mean, Scoop's got the Arcanine, so it can run like Snarl and everything. Pult is there, probably would be his weakness policy mon, if anything, I would assume. Prim, if it comes, it'll be either, the way I've seen it, it's either Rindo or AV. Jelson's there for Trick Room. You could have Mantine there with Swift Swim, but Mantine's not really the strongest mon per se. I mean, it really could go either way. The way that I'm looking at these teams, I would say this would probably be a 3-game set.
I think a 3-game set is likely here. These are two fairly of the same, at the moment, from what we've seen, level of players.
That's the thing. If they can stop that weather from going up, I think they have a better matchup time with the matchup. But it depends on if they're running Sleep Powder Venusaur or not, because I've seen it either way with the Gmaxes, so let's see if they do run Sleep Powder.
Yeah, but I mean, carry on.
I was gonna say, I think the interesting thing is that both of these teams, they have really good setups that are very ability dependent. But the Seadras actually have Weezing, so it's interesting because
Seadras.
Are they facing the Seadras or no?
Kingdras.
No, the Kingdras.
Oh,
Kingdras.
Kingdras. I always get the Kingdras and the Seadras mixed up because it's like the
Same evolution line, yeah.
Yeah, the same line, yeah.
Jeez.
But
Alright, well, disregard that, I guess. Maybe the Kingdras should pick up coughing then.
Prim looks great if there's no sun. Prim looks great if you think versus Rhyperior versus Torkoal. Fairy moves for Zapdos, Fairy move for Sableye.
Okay, but they both have Prankster Weather, Purloin and Sableye, so you could go either way.
Yeah, it's true. Polt as well.
And then you have Solosis and Renucleus. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
See them face off.
Interesting one. So, predictions. Just throw the name that you think you're going to win. Goomer.
Slowbros.
Slowbros. Casey.
Yeah. I have the Kingdras winning this one.
So Ted's gone Kingdras. Casey went Slowbros. Joe.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with Kentucky 2-1.
Okay, so that's 2 for each. I'm personally going to say Slowbros as well. I think I think they can edge this out. I'm not sure. They can keep the weather up on their side. I think they got it. So from us, it's a 3-2 vote for the Slowbros. What's the next fixture? Someone let me know.
It's myself.
Bulls versus Rebellion.
Whoa.
It's KC versus
KC versus Lucien, right? Okay. Ninja Squirtles. Tier.
The Ted can just call
Right.
out the things each time.
KC, don't give away your entire plan.
For this, okay. I mean, just looking at the matchup, he has the double dragon, which I didn't really pick up a great fairy type, which sucks, but it is what it is. But I'm really looking into Guzzlord as my main option here. I do have other tech on like some of the other Pokemon I'm bringing, but taking down the Dragonite and the Goodra are the biggest like issues on that team. I can take care of Venusaur easily with just Charizard, so it's not, I don't worry about that all that much. And you want to set up Sun, he's gonna have to set it up for Charizard as well. So does he want to take like a flamethrower to the face with Sun up or not?
Yeah.
Is my question. Because if you want to set up the Sun for Sleep Powder, I don't care. I can do whatever I want. And it depends if he's running the wide lens or not. If he's gonna run wide lens, then he has a bigger chance of hitting the Sleep Powder, which is fine. But it's just I don't see a way for them to like out duel me in this play. So
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting matchup. I don't like to ever discount Lucien because I've seen him come up with stuff out the bag. But
The thing is, he's
yeah,
always got a plan.
it's very hard to. Yeah, it's very hard to predict against Lucien because you just never know if he's gonna ball out 1 week or completely fall apart the next. So it's gonna be interesting.
all right, so let's put it to the vote. Casey,
I'm going with myself. Honestly.
you've got to. Even if I'm in an unfavorable matchup, I would always vote myself. Goomer,
Yeah, I'll stick with Squirtles.
Ted,
I'm gonna Squirtles as well.
Joe.
I'll go Squirtles.
Oh, it's a clean sweep for the Squirrels. Lucien will not like that. But there we have it.
You are.
What's the next fixture?
The PQs versus Tyranitar sauces.
Oh god, it's going to be a quick one. Alright then. What is there to talk about the matchup here?
Not really that much. I think, yeah, it's. I think we can all agree that's unanimous, and
I think Zard
I
just
think
goes crazy.
Saki's taking the win. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even Excadrill. Wow, Excadrill's matchup is crazy. Damn. So, is this just a 5-0 vote for the Caesar sources here?
Yeah, I think so.
No disrespect to the other team, of course, but just form. You got to look at form. Imagine the Galarian Slowpoke versus the Galarian Slowbro matchup.
That'd be funny.
No.
Next fixture.
That's your match, Bill. It's you versus the Fishists.
All right, someone talk to me about what they think about this matchup then. Goomer, I know me and you spoke pretty extensively about it.
Yeah.
So, someone from the outside, so maybe you, Casey, or Joe. How do you look at this matchup? Okay then.
For me, I think their Blastoise could be a big issue for you, especially if they get up a Stealth Smash. I don't see a Follow Me user on their team, or they have the Rage Part Entangler, but if you run, like, safety goggles, you should be fine. But I think if they get that Blastoise up with their
Shell Smash.
Stealth Smash, it's going to be tough to take it down just because your Regirock is probably one of your biggest hitters, and then once that Blastoise gets set up, it's super duper hard to take it down. Especially if they're running that Torrent and you take it down to like less like for where it's going to be to take it down. And then their Cinderace can do some damage too. Changing its thing, like it's typing, so you don't know if it's gonna be a fighting type or if it's a water, if it's a fire type or not.
That is something I'm worried about.
Yeah. Everything. I mean, the Naganya Dell, I don't see them doing much with that. Even
I think,
I could
honestly,
see
go
Go
on.
ahead, Bill. Okay. I think I could see a situation where you could bring Trevenant. Um, remember, I don't know. I think it was either week 2 or I think it was either week 2 or 3 where you wanted to do some practice battles on Showdown, and you showed me some interesting sets. Um, I think you can maybe use one of those again here. Um, I think Trevenant could definitely do some work here as yeah, we could do some work this week, I believe.
It could. Maybe it could. Maybe it couldn't. Um, I like my team for this week. I've built my team already. I like it. I don't want to say much more because I'll sound like an idiot if I lose 2-0. But uh, it'll be a
I
good
like
match
the
for
Lele
sure.
pickup that you had though. That Tapu Lele pickup was something I was considering. I like the pickup you made for that one.
Yeah, I like that one too. It just I know my draft lacked special attackers, so it's just something I had to bring in.
I'm just really interested to see which one of Fusion's mons gets a crit on you.
Game 1 crit is
It's gonna
tradition.
happen. I just don't know who.
If you're watching an Ice Cube's video, you know there's a crit coming in Game 1. So anyway, putting it to the vote, I'm gonna just go for myself right off the bat. Goomer.
I originally picked fishes before I was talking with you about the matchup, so I'm gonna stick with that.
Oh, okay. Ted.
I'm gonna go with you this week.
Yes, then. KC.
I'm gonna go with you this week though.
Let's go. Joe.
What game is this one?
Where have you been?
It cut out for a second.
All right, it's
all
me.
all you need to know is it's Gurt versus someone.
It's Gurt versus the Fusion Fishes.
Gurt versus the Fusion Fishes. I'm gonna go with Gurt on this one just because I know what he can bring to the table.
Let's go. I like the confidence more than I've got, but I'll take it. 4-1. So that's the next fixture.
That would be me versus the Iron Bashing Metals.
All right. So
Any thoughts?
let's have a look at the matchup. Man, the Melmetal's draft is goofy.
Ted, I think you're actually gonna win this one. The Melmetals, they have that the Regigigas, but they don't have like a way to stop its ability from even affecting it. I don't think.
I could see a situation where he brings skill swap Togekiss. I could see a situation with something like that. So, yeah, I'm considering all options.
You've got no redirection either of you. Oh, you got Rage Powder Tang.
Yeah.
How about that Duraludon?
Yeah, he could definitely bring Stalwart Duraludon. So that could also be a problem.
I just think that the G-Max form of Duraludon is not as great as its normal form, just because it's
Lowering attack is so much better. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I can tell you guys this. I battled Gamer a few weeks ago, and that was a good matchup against him. He tended to do the standard with Togekiss, just follow me and redirect and everything. And he actually didn't even bring Duraludon, which was really surprising. He had brought Decidueye, he brought Caracosta. He would Dynamax Regigigas a lot. I know that.
Interesting. I mean, Kiss could do work this week. It depends on, obviously, the matchup. I don't know. Let's get to a vote then. I'm going for Ted. Ted, who are you going for?
Yeah, I'm going with myself this week.
Goomer.
I'll go with Ted.
Casey. He's thinking about it. Joe.
I'm going to go with Ted, but I would not be surprised if he needs a third game.
Interesting.
Okay, that's acceptable.
Is Casey still about?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ted. Sorry, I had a text to answer.
That's cool. So there's a clean sweep for you there, Ted. What is the next matchup?
That would be the Pidovs versus the Celesteelas.
A battle of the Landorus in this one. Rum's got the Therian, and Womble's got the Incarnate.
Interesting. I like Womble's team. There's a lot of mons on there that I quite like. I wanted that Vikavolt, he stole it from me, sniped me. I don't know. I mean, Glastier's coming. You've got to bring Glastier when you're looking at Orlando.
Yeah, the fact that...
Go on, someone. Joe, you go.
I was going to say the fact that... I mean, Landorus, I mean, it'll still get knocked out by pretty much anything with Glastrier, but... I'm leaning Womble's side more because it looks like Rum's team is really leaning towards the need for like Veil, or if anything, maybe a fun little trick room team here.
Yeah, I think Womble's Trick Room mode is a lot nicer though, right?
Especially with Stack Attacker.
Oh yeah, I mean Glastier.
Stack Attacker rolling, it could do some damage.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that was.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was his main problem in my match. He only brought Stack Attack to game 2, I believe, and didn't really get it rolling. He used Max Guard in Copycat to get the Trick Room up, but I essentially managed to stall it out and beat him that way. So
and then I think
that's the only issue with that.
Game 2 with Stack Attack, he just brought him to sack it off because he volt switched with Tapu Koko, and then I think I maxed Quake into the Stack Attack slot, into the Tapu Koko slot, and he just died.
Yeah, I mean Lando, Incarnate can just wipe like Stack Attack and Koko pretty easily with a Ground Move Earth Power.
Every time I look at Rum's team, I'm just like, it just looks like you just rolled the dice and just got a bunch of random Pokemon.
It's really top heavy.
I don't know why. It just looks so random.
Like, I think if you look at the list, I've got it in tier order. Like, do you really ever need to bring anything below Riolu? I don't know. Like,
yeah, I mean Drapion, Magmortar, yeah. I mean,
they're all right. Yeah.
I guess you could do some interesting stuff with Lantern sometimes. Ferroseed, I don't think it's worth it, but I could theoretically maybe Lantern more so than Spiritomb.
Well, I don't know if he's brought his Flapple at all.
He hasn't brought Flapple either, I don't think. But yeah, that's the thing is like it's just like a lot of like random stuff like Ninetales, but you don't have a Halo Abuser, Coco, but you don't have a like Raichu Alola or anything like that, like on Birdmon. It's like you have
even some of the way I think the reason he drafted Tapu Koko is because he wanted the electric surge, like he didn't have to deal with like the status conditions, like the
and you could reset those straight, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
he can also set up screens as well if he really wanted to.
Yeah, so let's put it to a vote. I'm gonna go with Womble and the Celesteelas. Goomer?
I'll go with Womble.
Ted?
I'm also going with Womble.
Casey?
I'll go with Womble.
Joe?
I'm gonna go with Womble.
There we are, Womble. A clean sweep for you there. Next fixture?
That would be the Wailords versus the Scraggies.
Oh, that's a good game. That is a very good game. So obviously Matrix and the Wailords looking to bounce back from their first loss of the season. And Scraggies have been formidable up and down. Oh man, this matchup's crazy. There's a lot of weather here. There's a lot of weather. Vanillux.
Yeah, we got hail, we got sand, we got
Prankster sunny days, or
honestly, here's what I'm saying, and I mean I got mad respect for Matrix because he's a great guy, really strong. In this case, I'm leaning towards soccer because of the fact
What?
that he's not only got one Mon that can take advantage of Sand Rush, he's got two. So he doesn't even need to use like Choice Scarf. He could theoretically run like a Life Orb or a Choice Band on Fish, and then have like look. Here's what he could do. He could Tailwind the Whimsicott and have Gigalith out there with Sand Stream with the Smooth Rock. Theoretically, this is what I'm looking at. So he already has the Tailwind set up, and maybe he lets Whimsicott go down first turn. He does that, and then he just brings in Dracovish, and Dracovish cleans house, and he can theoretically Dynamax Dracovish for all we know, as long as he doesn't click Fish's rank.
Yeah, I mean, I think weather control will be important here. But obviously, I think Tyler's got the advantage of having the Prankstermon to be able to do it this week, rather than just switching in Vanillux or Gigalith. He's got two options.
That said, though, Matrix does have Togepi, and Togepi does get Follow Me. So if you wanted to, theoretically, if you like Togepi to set up Belly Drum G-Max.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what he tried to do this week.
I think what it comes down to is that Metagross of his, because if he does that brutal swing Thunderous with that weakness policy, it's hard to take on Metagross, especially if he runs max attack, max HP, especially with an Assault Vest, or not an Assault Vest, but it's just hard to take down a Pokemon like that because it is bulky even in its Dynamax form.
Yeah.
But that Rotom Heat if Tyler does like overheat into it, he has to worry about, oh, do I set up a weakness policy here?
I think Rotom has to come though.
Yeah, I mean it has to come, but I'm just saying that he has that thought in the back of his mind like, oh, do I set up this policy or not?
Yeah, of course. So let's put it to a vote then. Goomer.
I'm gonna go with the Whalers.
I'm also going to go with the Wailords. Ted.
Yeah, I think Matrix is gonna bounce back and get this win, so I'm going with the Will Lords.
KC.
I'm going with the Whalers as well.
Oh, I didn't think it'd be a landslide like this. What about you, Joe?
As much as I respect the guy, and he could take this with all the, I'm gonna call the upset here. I'm gonna say Somerville finds a way.
Nice. Okay, so 4-1 in our vote. It's definitely going to be a good match. I look forward to watching that one.
That one is gonna be awesome.
It could be like 50-50. I mean, that's a tough one to vote on.
All right, so what's the next fixture?
It would be the Manitans versus the Komalas.
Cardiff, Comalas. There we go.
I think this should be a good match too.
At first glance, this kind of, to me, because I mean, I battled the Kamalas back when Gumi was, and I lost to that in Game 3 because of Mind Blown on the
That's so
dancing
fun.
Michael Jackson clown.
Yeah.
Very good representation.
Yeah, and he had done Assault Vest on Incarnate Tornadus, which back then, I'm using a Cottonee with 4 support moves, and after that I can't use the Cottonee anymore.
Yeah, because you switcherooed it to yourself.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. I love that match.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Persephone doing a lot of work this week. He's got to watch out for that Heatran, being able to come in on those flash fire moves. But like Indeedee, Ghost move, Buzzwole, fire move, Rotom No, fire move, Ice Cube, fire move, Golurk, Ghost move. There's a lot.
Use a ghost move on Indeedee.
Oh yeah, it's normal, of course.
Yeah, it's a Saki normal type, yeah.
Yeah. Follow me.
But-
I think the Manitans have to count on their Suicune doing a lot of work in this matchup.
Yeah, that's true. Do we see the Kamalas taking advantage of Indeedee and putting expanding force on their Persephone?
Gosh.
I think it's a Spanish Force.
Or Gardevoir. Yeah, Gardevoir.
Yeah, it's true as well.
Yeah, it could be a possibility.
This is a really weird. I mean, they both got Tailwind. They both have redirection. they've got some. It's an interesting matchup for sure.
I could see Lapras just parking the bus and putting up the veil. Because his Lapras answers aren't the strongest. I guess Rotom no, but even that's weak to ice.
Buzzwole's pretty strong.
Buzzwole, yeah, maybe Buzzwole, yeah. Obviously, you can just hit it with a massive CC or something. Okay, let's put it to a vote. I'm gonna go with the Kamalas. Goomer.
As am I.
Oh, two Kamalas. Just shut them out. Just go.
Yeah, Kamala's.
3 for Kamalas.
I got the Kamalas as well.
4 for Kamalas.
Seeing how the Kamalas battled, I think they have definitely good potential. So I'm gonna go with the Kamalas as well.
Sweep for the
That is
Kamalas.
wild. It's like 4-4 in the predictions channel.
Oh wow.
All right, next fixture.
That'll be the Zolts versus the Boltund Bashers.
Ooh.
The Battle of the Hatterines.
All right, then. Much to say about this Goomer, or do you want us to try and talk about it?
You guys can talk about it.
I don't know what to say.
Well, if Goomer does, if he does what he did against me, then it should be a severe mismatch. But of course, I don't think Goomer would try to do the same thing twice in a row. But then again, that's my that was my thing. It was I don't know. I mean, because that strategy is just super deadly. Because who would think of that kind of set? It's just a genius.
When's Tyro coming out?
Or you can do the copycat.
Do you like Tyro? Question mark.
Is Tyro coming this week? You have to say.
Let's see it.
Classified.
Save him for the Guzzlord, you know.
Tyro versus Guzzlord. All right. I don't really know what to say about this matchup. You've got 2 of the Prankster Mons, the Prankster Cats, Liepard and Meowstic. 2 hats.
I think Goomer wins this just because he has that Steela and the Garchomp, and those 2 hit super duper hard. I mean, Steela is so hard to take down without a very good electric type like a Tapu Koko, or a good fire type like Charizard, G-Max, or something like that can hit it very hard. And I just feel as if they don't have the matchup for that Celesteela itself.
I mean, Electivire is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see like Togetic take it.
Yeah.
Are they gonna run that overdrive crap that I've seen on the ladder sometimes, or that motor drive crap?
What else do you run on it?
On the ladder? I don't know. I've seen Vital Spirit on it before in the past.
Yeah, you can also run Vital Spirit on it, but I don't think that's necessary because he doesn't have any sleep moves. So I mean, maybe Leafeon with Grass Whistle, but I don't see that coming.
I mean, it's hard to try and hit Celesteela with electric type move when Garchomp's right there as well.
Yeah.
So there is that. It is going to be very difficult. I think the matchup's definitely in Goomer's favor. So I'm gonna vote for Goomer.
They have a range better for Dreadnought either. I don't know if Purloin gets Rain Dance, but Dreadnought can't even take advantage of Swiss Flame.
Meowstic.
Oh, Meowstic. Okay.
Fantastic.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. So I'm voting Goomer. I'm gonna assume Goomer's voting himself.
I'll go with Goomer as well.
I'm going
Yeah.
Goomer.
There you are.
I think Celesteela goes to town this game, getting 4 kills. My prediction.
Interesting. I could see Corrosive Slazzle just trying to wear it down with Toxic. That's never gonna happen.
You're just giving the opponent ideas. Don't do that. Very bad.
All right, how many more fixtures we got left?
Again, it's VGC, it's not single, so
You've got like 3 more. I know this is a long one.
Okay, so next one.
That'll be the Seadras versus the Texas Toad Frogs.
Okay,
I
Seizures.
mean,
Go on.
Kudela is a really tough opponent. I can tell you that. I mean, uh, the set that I would, at least when I'm looking at it, like off the top of my head, is, and this one is really interesting because I would assume that maybe Crocodile could do it. What I would like to see is hypothetically here, because on first glance it looks like he's got Colossal. This is Sauce, by the way. Colossal, and he's got 2 Mons, which could set up Steam Engine plus Weakness Policy, and that would be Crawdon and Darmanitan on him. However,
Sneasel.
Kudela's got. What could Sneasel do to set that up?
Surf.
Sneasel gets Surf?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it has inner focus, so you can't even flinch it.
I did not know that.
Joe, you didn't play me last season, did you?
I do not recall playing you last season.
No, you didn't, and that's basically what I ran every week. It's like Sneasel Cole.
Huh. But what I would like to see Kudela try to do is Frost Breath into Anger Point Assault Vest Crocodile. Get that thing to +6. While it's Dynamaxed, it'll most likely take a hit, and assuming that it can take a hit from a +2 Colossal, I would most likely think that it would knock out the hit after, because I mean it's +6 on a 4 times move on it, so I would think something would work right there.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you do a Mudslap at that point. Take it out.
Yeah. I mean, Kudela has to worry about, even if they do try to do that, he has to worry about that. Let's just say that he does that the first turn. He has to worry about that switch into the Galarian Moltres, and that's just a wasted turn for them to even do that. Because I've seen people lead that in the past.
wouldn't a +6 like rock move work though?
Yeah, but I mean, that's if he calls the switch itself. Does he?
Yeah, but that's still super on Cole, isn't it?
No, but I'm talking about if they switch out the Coal into the like, let's say they leave the Coal and they just switch out the Coal into Galarian Moltres and they go for like a Max Quake.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is a rock move into Colossal, even if you want it to stay in, it's +6 super effective.
But I mean, I don't know if Sauce would be that greedy to go for that first turn, like Steam Engine with this policy.
I don't think he's really brought Cole that much, has he?
Yeah, I don't think he has. I think he's mostly relied upon the
Moltres.
Galarian Moltres.
Yeah. I'm looking at like how does he stop Moltres? Like Rillaboom weak to flying, Latios weak to dark. Milotic, competitive Milotic maybe if he wants to take a dark type move.
Yeah, it's true. Just
You got the Lucky
he
though.
could try to coil.
Yeah.
Coil Moltres with the Milotic as well.
Then there's Lucky, so yeah, it doesn't really work. Right, let's put it to a vote. I'm going with the Seizures.
Just
I'm riding with my dog. I'm riding with.
All right, Joe's going for the upset. So
I'm going with the Seedras.
4-1 to the Seizures.
I have to hop off here, but I know there's only a couple more fixtures left.
All right, no worries. Thanks for coming on.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
All right, there's only a few more to get through. So see you next week.
Two more. Yeah, there's 2 more. So.
All right, what's the last 2?
The next one is the Stroman Staraptors versus the Atlanta Talonflames. That's Joe's match.
All right, Joe, do you want us to talk about it, or are you going to talk about it?
You can talk about it, then I'm going to give my take on.
Okay. See, I know MTV is a very good planner. Interesting. How'd you deal with Finny?
Yeah, it's all good attitude.
Yeah, the Finny is definitely a problem here, especially for that Reggie Draco. Not being able to
Hit it.
use that Dragon Energy.
I mean, Feeney's definitely a tough one for me. I mean, also the fact that he could easily, beforehand he could set up with screens with Grim and then Max is definitely something to watch out for as well.
Scolipede's there actually.
Scolipede is definitely a good matchup. As to whether or not I'm bringing it, because I'm assuming that my opponent will be watching this power ranking, is yet to be determined, because I do not know.
Of course.
Because Centiscorch scares me, Zapdos scares me. But the real one that I'm concerned about is that Mudsdale. Because if I'm not mistaken, Como-O and Grim can get beat up. And apparently, a special attack activates stamina. And I don't understand how that happens.
Every hit, isn't it? It's just any hit it takes.
Well, what if they run own tempo and they use that I don't know if anything
Swagger.
Confuser or Swagger, yeah.
Swagger, yeah.
Swagger into the Mudsdale, and it doesn't even get
Ooh,
confused.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. There's
And then it's Prankster too, so it's gonna go first regardless. It'll get it off even before it dies.
What has Prankster on his? Oh, Grim.
Grimmsnarl, yeah.
Grimmsnarl, yeah.
Oh, damn! How'd I forget about that? I have to really. But then again, does Mudsdale usually run any rock type moves?
It depends. I've seen it with Rock Slide a few times, but it just depends on the matchup and what you bring.
I know I used Team for a couple of tours on the ladder as a AV Mudsdale with Swagger Grim.
Yeah.
So when you've got AV, you want to carry 4 moves. I did carry Rock Slide.
Yeah, it either depends. He can switch it out between Rock Slide or Heavy Slam. I can see him choosing between those 2 moves. So.
I just don't see Heavy Slam just because it's a weight-based move and it doesn't work on Dynamax Pokemon. So.
And also it hits like nothing on Joe's team.
Yeah, I know, but as a non-Dynamax option, it'll be really deadly.
It'll
getting
really good,
that in stamina with that upping the defense and using Heavy Slam or Body Press.
It's going to be an interesting one.
It's going to be interesting for sure. If the strategy that I'm hoping to run works, then great. If it doesn't, I'm just hoping that, like always, I give him a good matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, granted the fact that he has brought Grim and Tapu to every game, it appears, and he's brought Mudsdale to 7, is definitely something to keep an eye on. And what could Audino do? What I mean, aside from Heal Pulse.
He got 3 kills with it 1 week.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think last week.
He talked to me about it before, but I won't say anything just to keep his
I mean, you can
in check. So
watch his match back, I guess, and see it.
Yeah, I'll watch it back too. That's crazy.
yeah.
Okay, it can do dual screens. It can do knockoff.
I guess the healer ability is something that he tried to do.
Yeah.
I could see that, or yeah, I could see that, or
even
that
Regenerator.
Yeah, that Drifloon with Fire Boost could do something too, if he does run the Flame Orb with it.
Probably be Unburdened, right?
Unless he runs out of
Misty Seeds, Tapu Fini.
Yeah, Misty Seed and Burden.
But anyway, this isn't a team building session for Joe. This is a predictions round. So, unfortunately, Joe, I'm going with the Staraptors.
I'm fine with that.
I'm going. Yeah,
I think I'm going to go with the Star
I'm going. Yeah, I'm going with the same. I'm going with the Staraptors.
It'd be a great upset for you, Joe. I'd love to see it.
It would be great. I mean, like I said, I gotta figure out. I mean, if any of you guys want to help team build, I'm more than willing to open up the front office.
Yeah, send me your stuff and I'll have a look over it after this if you want.
Yeah, even though it hasn't even been made yet.
Yeah. All right. Well, when you do. All right. Last one is it, Ted?
The last one are the London Silvales versus the St. Lucie Luxrays.
This
Yeah, refresh my memory. Cinderace G-Max, is it allowed Libera or not?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then this seems like a massive mismatch.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, let's think. Base 60 defense on Spectrier versus a dark type Sucker Punch,
I mean,
Max Darkness.
neutralizing gas is right there.
Yeah, and then Spectrier is also outspeeding everything on his team. It's like base 130. I don't think that Cinderashi's even outspeeding Spectrier to begin with. And if he changes the Siphon, that Entei can burn it with Sacred Fire. If he decides to bring it, so.
How fast is Thunderous Therian?
Or support Spectre with Will-O-Wisp
Yeah.
if he really wanted to.
I mean, maybe he won't lead it. Maybe just go Choice Band Aquajet with Glycopod. Maybe he'll go, I don't know, Scarf Sulk. You know, there's options. He hasn't got to lead Spectre.
Yeah,
Okay, so here's what it is. I've just done this calculation. Just for the heck of it, I figured why not. Level 50s, Spectrier gets a hit, presumably with Phantasm or
Shadow Ball.
We'll throw Mudshot on it.
Oh, Mudshot's nice. Lowers the speed.
And that Mudshot
it does
and
get
Max
Hyper
Quick,
Beam.
it does get Hyper Beam, which believe it or not, with Max would only do 57% Max with the Life Orb. Now both of these sets have Life Orb. If both have Life Orb, Max Quick will do the most damage at 84%. Unfortunately, Spectrier is the only thing that I'm seeing here that naturally outspeeds a Cinderace.
Uh-huh.
If that's the case, Max Quake will give it the +1 special defense, yes, but then a Life Orb, Max Darkness will knock out the Spectrier. One shot.
What if Rabbit brings Bronzong Spectrier to the lead and then he ally switches to Bronzong? He has to call that ally switch.
What if Spectre...
Ally switch is out and then target down the Spectrier as it Dynamaxes. That could counter that one shot of that Max Darkness.
What if Spectre goes for Max Strike, slows down the Cinderace, and then Thunderous T-Box it as well?
Now he could also, what he could do is also, bait the ally switch, maybe go +1 on the speed and then knock it out. Because I mean, really, once you reveal ally switch, then your opponent is basically on a timer. Like they have to. Are you doing it now? Are you doing it now? Are you doing it now? Are you doing it now?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. Cinderace is obviously something that Rabbit's gonna have to prepare for.
Yeah. Not to mention, he's got Clefable, and Clefable follow me. So even if the Spectrier does Max Quake, it's going into the Clefable with Life Orb. It'll probably do good amount of damage, presumably, and then Cinderace still knocks it out.
Oh, I mean, there's lots of options. You could bait a fighting type move and switch into Spectre, whilst you take care of Clefable with like a Weezing or whatnot.
Or even the Corviknight with Steel Wing.
Yeah. All right, let's put it to the vote.
I'm riding the Sylvalis.
You're going Sylvalis. Casey?
I'm gonna go with the Rabbits. I think Lucie takes it.
I'm going to go to Rabbits too. Ted, you still there?
I'm also going with the Luxrays as well.
3-1 to the Luxrays. Joe just loves going against the green. So that's every match, right? For week 6.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
There's a lot of playoff implications with some of those games. Especially...
It's gonna determine it, I think, for a lot of teams, 7 and 8.
Especially in my division, we've got literally the top 2 seeds are all but guaranteed, and then it's literally I'll keep Kudela in a 4-way run for that wild card.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
up for grabs for everyone involved.
Yeah, Bill, especially in our division, like what we said before, potentially by the end of this week we could all be 4-2, and we could all be
It all comes down to different
so.
matchups, yeah. like
Yeah.
whoever has the best differentials is gonna get into play.
And I also have the tiebreaker over Bill, so if I manage to get in playoffs, I could potentially go for him.
And then
So,
I think I have tiebreakers over you.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, like I said, I think I need to win out. Because if I don't, it might come down to a tiebreaker with you said, where obviously you beat me head to head. Or if you drop a game and then I somehow manage to beat KC, then it might come down to a head to head there. But who knows?
I think
good
next season will be
possibilities.
interesting for this league. So
Say again?
I think next season will be interesting for this league because I think Wombo said he wants to do restricted format next season.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to introduce all those cover legends and then Zasha maybe on his info.
Man, they're just gonna go round one.
That's gonna be really, really scary.
I mean, whatever the current meta is in VGC, I think we should just follow that, whether it's restricted or
That's
not.
what he's doing. I think after this season ends, we're taking like a 2-3 week break, and then like February is around the corner, and that's when it's supposed to drop.
Makes sense. But
We're
anyway, that is the end of the PR show for this week. I think that was a bit of a longie because obviously we've got so many voices on this week.
yeah.
We'll be back next week. Who knows? We might have some of the guys back on because we've kind of had like most people on now that are willing. I think.
Yeah, not many people were willing to join the PR. We're sad.
Well, that's not true. We've had a fair few people on now. Like,
Well, yeah, but when we asked today, not many people were interested. Either they
Oh,
didn't
no,
want
man.
to join or they had other situations to deal with.
I don't mind joining.
know,
because,
that's it.
You know, it's a situation where I work from home on Wednesdays, so it's like if I'm not editing for my friends, I can just take time for myself.
yeah, I mean today was quite short notice to be honest, so it was quite good for you guys to make yourself free to come on. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Good luck this week, guys, and speak to you next week. See you later.